Hello, everyone, and welcome to OCP Gaming. My name is Jeremy Nichols, and of course, I am your host, and we are back with some RBI Baseball. There's a heat warning in effect outside, and that sounds like baseball weather to me. We're at 92 degrees. Hopefully, everyone's had a good time since we last talked. We're going to be playing RBI Baseball from the NES on a Retron 2 HD. Our last game, we had National League against the American League, and it came down to the ninth inning. And we lost by 1 run, 10-9. It was ridiculous. As the first game we played 7 so far. This will be our 8th game. We've only lost 1 out of 8, or I'm sorry, out of 7, so it's not bad. All right. Tonight we're going to be playing as, or sorry, I should say today. Today we're going to be playing as San Francisco. We're going to be taking on Minnesota, don't you know? All righties. Perfect. There you go. There's some sound for you guys. No way. Oh, okay. I'm about to say, that's a hell of a way to start it off, isn't it? Get a home run right off the bat. Oh, look at that. Right there we go. Right through the hole. That's a triple, I think. No, we'll keep it a double. There we go. There we go. 1 run in. That's a triple. That's gotta be. Is he gonna make it? He's gonna make it. Slide. There you go. That a boy. Nope. Go back. Damn it. Here we go. Already got 1 run in, so. We'll have to do a rematch of the American League against National League. I thought about doing it this game, but I thought, we'll wait. Build some anticipation for the rematch. Whoa. No way. Alright, back to the wall. Just gonna throw it to third to be safe, cut him off. Damn that guy, Eddie. Alright, puck it. Don't slow down now, Crew Cow. Attaboy. No. Foul. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Attaboy. I'll say. Speed it up a little bit. Ooh. I think we got him. I think we got him right here. Okay. Damn, we walked him? My guy has no fire. Look at this. Base is loaded now. Totally tanking here. I don't want to call in a new pitcher already. My guy seems fatigued already. Oh, come on. There we go. Attaboy. Whew. Disaster averted. Look at that. That's a double right there. To adjust my mic a little bit. There we go. Nope, take it back. So what's been going on lately with Sony announcing at the time of this recording that they're not going to be doing physical discs starting in January of 2027? People are losing their ever-loving minds over this. On Reddit, on Twitter, on Blue Sky. Everyone is going crazy. Hear my loud chair. I think that's out. I gotta get a new chair. I love my chair. It's so comfortable. It's just loud. And no matter how much WD-40 I spray on it, I can't get it to be quiet. I think it's just tired of my shit. It's like, I'm over it, dude. Fired it in 85. I don't know, if you guys listen to Reading Reddit over on OCPGAMING.podbean.com, you'll know that, I mean, for me, digital versus physical comes down to price, right? I mean, I'm not worried about games being delisted because almost made it, because that almost, I mean, I shouldn't say that almost doesn't happen, because it does happen, but it doesn't happen with the frequency that people want you to believe, right? Those anti-digital people want you to believe that digital games are constantly being delisted, and that's simply not, that's not the case at all. A lot of times games are left on the storefront for, you know, 10, 15 years. But the thing with delisting games is that typically it comes down to, is it a licensed game and has the license run out? And then you have to go, okay, well, the person that owns the license wants to get paid for their license being out there, right? And if no one, I shouldn't say if no one, but if the sales for the licensed game are incredibly low after, you know, 15, 20 years, whatever it may be, almost made it. Probably should have took my right fielder in for it, but if the sales are so low that the company who has to pay an ongoing licensing fee is losing money, right, then you have to make a decision of what's best for business. I'm going to switch up and go with another guy because he's just too slow. I'm worried that we're going to tank the game already, but, you know, these game companies, and I've said it a million times, it's a business. They're not doing this. This is not a hobby for them. So if they're losing money to pay for this license just so you can potentially, oh shit, there's a 2-run homer right there. Oh God, that's bad. But if they're losing money so you can play a 15, 20-year-old game, possibly, that people are not scooping up left and right anymore, then, you know, they're gonna cut that. That's a law. They have to cut that, you know? Someone's got to fit the bill. And on one hand, I do think if you buy it outright, you should be able to keep it. And like, I think what a lot of people don't realize about delisting is that delisting doesn't mean that it's gone from the people who bought it. There are very, I don't think there's been but maybe one game where not only did they delist it, but they, like, if you didn't get it the first time and keep it, that's it. Like, you can't even re-download it. There's very, very, very rare times that happens. I mean, it does happen. It's not impossible, but it's very rare. So delisting just means that you can still download it. You just can't buy it again. Or you just can't, I shouldn't say again, you just can't buy it if you didn't get it already. And a lot of people confuse the two. They go, oh, it's delisted. Like, yeah, but you can still download it if you owned it already. You know, so you're not missing anything. Now, if the service shuts down, that's a completely different beast, right? If the service shuts down completely, and that is something where it's been a long time and there's no revenue coming out of it, so it just makes business sense to shut it down. And that's when I don't agree with digital. Like, that's the only time. I feel like there should be some kind of, I don't know, some kind of program, some kind of backup service where, basically an archive, where, okay, the service is like, let's say on the Wii, the service is shut down, right? You can't download anything on the Wii, but if you owned it and you have an account, you should be able to go on like Nintendo's website and download the game. Like, I don't see a problem with that. And I think that would, if they all did that, that would definitely solve a lot of the problem, right? Just some way to ensure that no matter what, you can get that game back if you purchased it. But if you missed out on it, then, I mean, that sucks, but that's kind of the way it is, right? I mean, oh, you messed up big time. I would have went for a double, but he was so close that he probably could have tagged me with the ball. We did tie it up, though, so top of the fifth here. Ah, shit. I shouldn't have chased that. Oh, there's my two-run homer right there. Ah. But not that they will read it, but I tweeted out to PlayStation and I said, look, you guys can see the iceberg coming. It's not too late to turn the wheel, hit the brakes, and avoid going under, right? I mean, there's plenty of time. It's July, officially, you know, so you still got time to go, all right, you know what? We decided we're not going to do that. I'm going to force a run right here. Got it. So I'll take an out, but I'll get a run out of it. Make my lead a little more comfortable here. But I think it's, I don't know, man. I want to say I feel like they're testing the waters because they put out an all digital PlayStation 5 a while back, didn't they? And wasn't it like more expensive than the ones with the disc drive? So it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. It was like, wait a minute, what? Shouldn't it be less? Jerk. I was hoping he'd go to third. That's fine though. 6-2, Gary Gaetti. One of my problems here. Done quite well for himself in this game. See? Out on first. Puck it, you can suck it, buddy. Stop fucking crowding that plate, dude. No way. Back to the wall. Oh, we got him. We got him. Yeah, got him. Ha. That was good. That was really good. No. Yeah, shit. Alright. Runner on first and second. One out. Have to do a little cheese. Stop hogging that plate. Got him. Ganya? I don't think so, buddy. God damn. Okay. 3, 2, and 2. Yeah! Pulled through. Whew. See if we can get a... Oh, you dick. Let's say, see if we can get another run or two here. No, that's the easy out right there. Short inning here. Damn, stop throwing that junk. Yeah, that was a quick inning. I think we need to switch it up. I hate going through my batters so much, but... what I've come to find out is San Francisco here really does not have... I mean, their pitchers get tired quick. Because I know with Houston, I could take a pitcher to the 7th or 8th inning without really facing too much of a problem. But these guys, I've had to go through, this is my 3rd pitcher of the game now. Top of the 7th, 7th inning stretch. Pop my back real quick. Dick. Oh, that's it. That's it right there. That's a double. Run your little fat ass off, dude. There you go. No. Oh, well, yeah, I didn't even realize there was 2 outs already. I do plan on getting, as my loud ice maker goes off, I've got RBI Baseball 2 on the way. It's ordered, it's on the way. I got it at what I feel was a reasonable price, and I'm trying to find part 3 at what I feel is a reasonable price. So we will be switching it up to RBI Baseball 2 and 3. I don't have as much experience with RBI 2 and 3 as I do with 1. I do have experience with them, but I'm looking forward to, you know, switching them up a little bit. I may pick up... I do have a Super Nintendo that's modded that can play Genesis games. But I don't know, I think the mod program on it, it's Hackchi. Is that how you say it? Hackchi? I don't really, it's iffy sometimes. Like, the emulation is, I don't know, it's hit and miss. Sometimes you get a lot of C8 and C6 errors, no matter how slowly you take loading up games. Sometimes it just wants to crash immediately. So, I don't know, like, every time I fire it up, sometimes I'll get a game or 2 out of it, and it'll work fine, but other times it won't. And, like, I have RBI Baseball, I think it's RBI 3 or something on the Genesis, but it's so temperamental that it doesn't work most of the time. Like, I have Hackchi on my NES Mini, and it's a little better. And I think just because it's NES, right? On my Super Nintendo, it's trying to do NES, SNES, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis. So it's like, it's trying to do a lot more, and I think that's why it fails so much. But I may just end up picking up like a Sega Genesis where I can, or even a Retron that'll play Sega Genesis, and RBI Baseball games on there. I almost picked up, there was a Retron that had Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis when I was at the Gamers Bazaar. Shout out to them, great place. But it was like, I think it was like $30 more. And I thought, well, I don't know how many Sega Genesis games, because I've got the Nintendo Switch Online, and I have the Sega Genesis Mini 1 and 2. So I wasn't really big into the Genesis anyway, and I don't think we've done any Genesis games yet. I should say yet. There's not a whole lot that when I look at, that I want to make videos on. So I'm like, any that I would want to, I pretty much have, because I've got Sega Genesis collections on the Switch, on the Xbox, and I've got the Mini 1 and 2. Like, so anything popular I would want to play, I could play there. That's game 6-2. We won. Those last few innings, really, innings 6, 7, 8, 9, didn't really get too exciting, but we pulled out the win with San Francisco against Minnesota. Make sure you check out ocpgaming.podbean.com for the OCP Gaming Podcast and use the code OCP Gaming to save 10% off your next purchase of Dubby Energy. It works. I use it every day. I would never tell you to buy something that doesn't work and that I don't use. Links are in the description below. But that's it. We'll have to have more of a TED Talk for PlayStation going digital on our next episode. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. And until next time, farewell.